child predators think they can get away with their crimes, they're often met with the last person they expect, a professional fighter. In this video, we'll dive into real-life stories of fighters who took a stand, facing off against these dangerous criminals. Get ready for an intense look at how these fighters turned the tables and took justice into their own hands. You won't believe what happened next. Cain Velasquez's reckless vengeance. Cain Velasquez, a former UFC heavyweight champion, is facing multiple charges after attempting to kill Harry Goulart, a man accused of molesting Velasquez's 4-year-old relative. The incident took place in San Jose, California, when Velasquez pursued Goulart in a high-speed chase, ramming his truck into the vehicle Goulart was in and firing his .240 caliber handgun multiple times. While Goulart was unharmed, his stepfather, Paul Bender, was shot twice but is expected to survive. Velasquez, 39, was arrested shortly after the shooting and is being held without bail. Goulart had been charged with a felony for committing lewd acts on a child at a daycare run by his mother. Despite opposition from prosecutors, a judge granted him supervised release, a decision that outraged Velasquez and his supporters. On February 28th, just 3 days after Goulart's release, Velasquez took matters into his own hands, initiating the violent pursuit that led to his arrest. Velasquez has been formally charged with 10 counts, including attempted murder and assault with a firearm. His case has drawn significant public attention, with many sympathizing with his actions and criticizing the justice system for allowing Goulart to remain free. Meanwhile, Goulart remains under house arrest with electronic monitoring while awaiting trial for his alleged crimes. The daycare where the abuse reportedly took place has been temporarily shut down, while prosecutors argue that Velasquez's actions endangered the public. His supporters insist that the real failure was allowing a suspected child molester to walk free. The case continues to spark debate over justice, vigilantism, and the lengths to which people will go to protect their loved ones. Meanwhile, some fighters aren't waiting for a court of law to dispense justice like the vigilante fighter. Dustin "Scrappy" Lampros, a professional MMA fighter, lives a dual life. While he spends much of his time training rigorously for the ring, he also dedicates himself to a far more critical mission: protecting children from predators. Lampros has taken on the role of a real-world vigilante. He leads 561 PC, Predator Catcher, an organization that employs online decoys to identify and confront these criminals. One particularly striking case highlights Lampros's methods. Nicholas Watson, a 43-year-old man, believed he was arranging a meeting with a 13-year-old girl through the Whisper app with sinister intentions. He was reportedly planning to have sex with her. Instead of encountering a child, Watson was met by Lampros, who confronted him with incriminating evidence gathered from Watson's own messages. Lampros's direct and unflinching approach is evident in his pointed question. Normal people don't drive 30 minutes to meet a 13-year-old, do they? This statement laid bare the disturbing reality of Watson's actions. Lampros does not make arrests himself, but ensures that law enforcement is notified. In Watson's case, a search of his phone revealed a vast collection of illegal images and child pornography. As a result, Watson now faces multiple charges, including possession of child pornography and attempting to meet a minor for sexual purposes. Lampros's motivation stems from his belief that the justice system moves too slowly. He feels a personal responsibility to act, stating, "I have the time and the skill set to take action and help people." His dedication to tracking down predators has led to significant success in his efforts, bringing many offenders to justice. His work echoes the premise of shows like To Catch a Predator, but Lampros operates independently, without the backing of law enforcement or a television network. This independence raises complex questions about the role of vigilantes in society. Are individuals like Lampros overstepping their authority, or are they filling a critical gap that the system fails to address? While the debate over vigilante justice is nuanced, Lampros's actions undeniably shine a light on a deeply troubling and widespread issue. But what happens when a world-class boxer fights a child predator on the street in front of a camera? Kilo Hansen, the Predator Hunter, a Citrus Heights MMA fighter known as Kilo Hansen, has recently become a self-described predator hunter, dedicating his time to confronting alleged child predators. Hansen uploads videos of these confrontations on his YouTube channel. In a recent 26-minute video, which is now taken down, he confronts a man named David at a Valero gas station, accusing him of attempting to meet a decoy posing as an underage girl for sex. Hansen presents chat logs as evidence and claims law enforcement is on the way. The confrontation escalates physically, with Hansen following David for several blocks, shouting accusations. The police arrived at the scene, but the video ends before viewers see the outcome. A police lieutenant confirmed that no one was taken into custody, although the investigation remains active. Hansen's confrontations are part of a growing trend of predator hunters, inspired by shows like To Catch a Predator. These individuals, often working with organizations like Perverted Justice, use decoys to lure potential predators and expose their actions. While Hansen's methods have received both support and criticism, he insists that his goal is to raise awareness about the dangers of online predators. Law enforcement, however, cautions against private sting operations, citing the risks involved and the importance of leaving such investigations to trained officers. Despite the controversy, Hansen feels validated by the positive feedback he's received from the community. Hansen's methods, like those of many predator hunters, are often filmed and shared online, as seen in the case of another fighter and a popular streamer. Garcia and Vitaly's controversial predator sting. Boxing star Ryan Garcia and popular streamer Vitaly Zdorovetsky have teamed up for a controversial new segment called Catching Predators with Ryan Garcia, which is drawing attention across social media platforms. In one of their videos, Garcia and Vitaly confront a man they accuse of being a child predator on a busy street. The altercation, which has gone viral, features Garcia passionately confronting the man while making several remarks likening himself to the fictional vigilante character Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman. In the video, Garcia, who's known for his skills in the ring, appears to threaten the man while also pretending to throw punches. He claims, "You just met Bruce Wayne, B," and mocks the predator, saying he would have beaten him up if he had been dressed as Batman. Garcia repeatedly calls the man a pedophile and urges the man to be arrested for allegedly touching a child. The incident is filmed by Garcia and Vitaly's entourages, amplifying the exposure of the confrontation. Vitaly, a Russian-American influencer known for his wild stunts at major sporting events, has faced legal issues in the past, including a 2020 incident involving an attack on a female jogger. Despite his controversial actions, he's become a key figure in the new social media series, which mirrors the format of famous shows like To Catch a Predator. The pair's confrontational approach has sparked both support and backlash online, with many questioning the ethics and safety of private sting operations. Garcia, on the other hand, has continued to stir the pot with polarizing views on societal issues. Recently, he condemned Hugh Edwards, a former BBC presenter charged with creating indecent images of children, referring to him as a cockroach. Garcia's commitment to exposing alleged child predators and his ongoing battles with substance abuse and public controversies have made him a divisive figure both in and outside the boxing world. Love them or hate them, Garcia and Vitaly aren't holding back, exposing predators by any means necessary. These high-profile cases bring attention to the issue, but sometimes the fight against abuse is a more personal one, as seen in this final story. Texas Jiu-Jitsu fighter sues coach. In 2023, a lawsuit was filed in Harris County, Texas, by Jiu-Jitsu fighter Mandy Schneider, who alleged that she was sexually assaulted by her coach, Rodrigo da Costa Oliveira, while she was a minor. The legal action also named multiple-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion Roberto Cyborg Abreu. Schneider, who began her Jiu-Jitsu training at Rockstar Martial Arts in Frisco, Texas, at the age of 13, claimed that she was taken to a competition in Houston by Oliveira, where the alleged assault occurred. According to the lawsuit, Oliveira pressured Schneider to drink alcohol and then lured her to his hotel room under the guise of practicing jiu-jitsu. It was there that he allegedly sexually assaulted her. After the incident, Schneider confided in Bilski and Hudson about the assault. According to the lawsuit, the two managers failed to report the abuse to authorities or Schneider's parents. Instead, they allegedly blamed Schneider for the assault and instructed her to remain silent. In November 2020, after sharing her experience with her parents, Schneider's father filed a police report. Schneider spoke publicly about the emotional and physical toll the assault had on her life, but she also expressed her determination to continue practicing jiu-jitsu. She hoped that by sharing her story, she could raise awareness about the safety of young athletes and the importance of preventing sexual abuse in sports. The lawsuit further alleged that Schneider's experience was not an isolated incident. In 2018, Marcel Goncalves, another instructor from Fight Sports, was charged with multiple counts of sexual assault involving a minor student in Florida. Schneider's attorney, Michelle Simpson-Tugel, who advocates for victims' rights, stated that the lawsuit sought to hold those responsible accountable and bring attention to systemic failures within the fight sports organization, emphasizing the need for strict safeguards to protect young athletes. If you found these stories of fighters standing up against predators eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more shocking real-life moments. Stay informed and empowered.